Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the show today. Live broadcast here from Palm Desert, California. Not much longer. Thank God at the end of the month. Oh my gosh, we're down to less than 3 weeks to go. I can't stand it. It's killing me. But, you know, it's the way it is. We're coming into the 10th of October, 10th of April today. So we have 20 days left for the month of April. Welcome, one and all, to the show where we try to talk about the stock markets in, well, plain English. We also cover the art of writing options against stocks you either have or stocks that you have in the form of access to stocks by writing calls against call options. In other words, deep in the money calls. Or another way to say it is writing synthetic covered calls. Yes, did you know that? If you were writing calls against deep in the money leaps, you are actually writing calls synthetically. How about that little action? You don't own the stock yet you write call options against stock. No way. Yes way. We had a class here on Saturday for lesson number 15 on my series of lessons on how to become a better option writer. Those of you who have taken some or all of the 14 previous classes and now have taken class number 15, you through those classes have been able to get a pretty good handle on just what is going on out there in the options markets. Do you know every last little thing? No, you don't, because you learned something new on Saturday, and I'm sure there'll be more to learn going forward. We covered a lot of ground on Saturday here with a number of viewers who participated in the class. This class number 15 is now being edited by our editor and will be available. I think Emily will have it ready, I don't know, Wednesday, Thursday of this week, something like that. We'll get it uploaded to our website, and all of you who were in the class will get a copy, of course, as soon as that class is done. And those of you who did not join us live for whatever reason, after all, it was Masters Weekend, it was Easter. I understand. You'll be able to pick up the class later this week from the website and watch it as many times as you like. We covered a lot of ground on Saturday. We talked about SPY and triple Q contracts. We've never really talked about that here before. We talked a lot about synthetic covered call writing in the form of poor man covered call writing. We went into all kinds of other strategies on how to buy not only deep in the money calls way, way out in the future, but we were talking about deep in the money calls a little closer in to allow you to leverage up your options writing strategy. This is a big thing. For those of you who, let's say you're 35 to 50 years of age, in that neighborhood, maybe even up to 55. You folks you've been working a long time. You've been working, since you finished school, whenever that was, high school, college, university. Some of you have been at the same firm for years and years. Some of you have shifted around. But one thing you've got in common, many of you have the same thing in common. Even though I talk about diversity on this channel, about how all of you are different people, there's one commonality that a lot of you have, not all of you, but a lot of you have, and that is you would love to quit your day job. You would really care not to keep working for an organization. You would really, really rather be self employed. At least that. If you're going to work, you'd like to work for yourself, for your own organization, your own entity. And many of you reach out to me and say, Bruce, how much capital do I need to be managing in order for myself, for I to be able to walk away from my paycheck job and be on my own? And that's what we talked about a lot on this class number 15. We really went into that by way of writing a whole lot more covered calls than we talked about, say, a year and a half ago. When we first started And I first started bringing up the notion that you guys could start considering writing call options on stock you already own. At that time, I would say 9 out of 10 or 19 out of 20 viewers at that point in time were deep, deep into GameStop shares and nothing but. Some of you, yes, had a few other stocks. Many of you actually had other investments that you hadn't even considered that you could write options on because it never had come across your radar screen before. But I brought up the idea that why don't you consider writing call options against stock you are sitting on and have for years, even ETFs, and bringing in some option income into your portfolios? Because I kept getting comments from people going, I want GameStop to really take off and I'm really loyal to the company. But dang, gosh darn it, I got bills to pay and I don't want to sell stock to pay bills. What to do? And should I sell some of my shares? Should I just kind of sell shares and get ready to buy in just before they take off, or if they're ever going to take off? On and on and on and on and on. And I came out and said, why don't you just write call options on your GameStop shares and bring some dough in by just holding this stuff, charge rent to your share certificates. And boy, yeah, a number of you started doing that, and you began to figure out very quickly, oh, lordy, lordy, Lord, I can bring in all kinds of money on this stuff. Some of you had 100 shares, 200 shares. Some of you had 500 shares, 1,000 shares, and you were writing 5 and 10 contracts at a time. And in those days, pre-split, you were hauling in $8, $10, $12, $15 a contract. $1,500 in cash for 100 shares. Not a bad option, right, for a few months. And then you would just buy them back at a much lower price. And we began to go over the art of writing calls, buying back calls, rolling over calls, stink bids, stink offers, and becoming better traders and spotting trends on option depreciation, and on it went. Month after month after month, classes started coming out here in June 2021. And next thing you know, here we are 15 classes later, and we're now talking about the synthetic option writing. We're talking about leveraging up how many calls we can write. And those of you out there who do want to quit your day job and who have said to me in no uncertain terms, within a year, Bruce, I do not want to be working anymore. Many of you have gotten to this level. You've already quit your day jobs. You've said goodbye to the boss. You've said to yourselves, your significant other, you figured it out that, my God, we are generating revenue here that never was generated before in our accounts. No one ever told us about doing this. No broker ever helped me with this strategy. My parents have been dealing with a wealth advisor for 15 years. He's been collecting 2% every year off of my parents' estate's value, and they're getting 4, 6, 7% return where they could have been making 20, 30, 50, 70% returns. And this advisor doesn't know what the hell a covered call option is. And yeah, no kidding, Sherlock. That's exactly what the story is. There are millions and millions, tens of millions of Canadians and Americans out there who are blindly leaving their funds with advisors who are giving them mediocre returns without doing a hell of a lot for them. As a matter of fact, they don't do anything for them. They don't even send them a birthday card. They don't send them a Christmas card. And they're collecting these 2% fees and are living the life of Riley. I mean, there are wealth advisors out there that are sitting on $500 million of customers' money, and they're hauling in just gobs of cash. I mean, it's unbelievable how much money is coming. It's just 10 million a year is coming in. 2% of that, 2% of 500 million, 10 million a year. Advisors are getting 30, 40, 50% of that money to do nothing, to literally just have some staff members handle withdrawal requests and all that, because they've collected from your parents and your grandparents and friends and relatives. They've collected millions of dollars 10, 15, 20 years ago. They collected up millions of bucks, put it into these pools, and these pools just have compounded 4, 5, 6, 7% returns. They've taken 2% out on a monthly basis, 1/12 of 2% every month. And as this pool of cash went from 40 million to 50 million, 2% from 50 million is more than 2% of 40 million. Then it went to 70 million, another 2% came out. It went to 100 million, 2% came out. That's 2 million a year. It went to 200 million, that's 4 million a year in fees. It went to 500 million, there's 10 million a year in fees. We are talking billions of dollars in fees being collected on trillions of dollars out there under management. And that's what makes the game work in New York and in Frankfurt, London, Shanghai, Tokyo, name your financial center. That's how the game works. And you guys are looking at me going, Bruce, I can't quit my day job because I've only got 45 grand in my 401k. I got, others of you are telling me I got $150,000 saved up over 15, 18 years of slaving away and compounding some returns. I got 150 grand. I'm retiring in 10 years. How the hell is that going to happen? This 150 grand, is it going to be worth $150 million in 10 years? No, it's not. How am I going to retire the lifestyle of the rich and famous? Forget even that. How am I going to retire in a lifestyle that my wife and I are used to now, like with our family? I mean, I've been working my butt off. She's been working too. The kids are gone. We're both working again. We're hauling in $300,000 a year between us. We are kicking butt here. And we're living an upper middle class lifestyle, but we're not going to have that in retirement. We're going to have to pare down when we retire. We're going to have to live off of 60,000 a year, say 50,000 or 70,000. There's no way we're going to be near 200, 300,000. Even after tax right now, we're sitting on 150, 160,000 after tax. We're not going to be even that pre-tax. What the hell am I doing here? And that's where you come to me or find me, stumble into this channel, some miracle you got recommended by YouTube here, and you realize I can write options against stock I own, a portfolio that I already have, so I can take it away from this advisor and keep the 2% for myself. Even 150,000, that's 3,000 a year, 250 bucks a month to you that you don't pay out, which means it stays in your account, that you can compound on it. And if you can, instead of making 3, 4, 5% a year, in good years. I mean, I don't know what you made in the last year and a half with this bear market, but can you haul in 40, 50, 60, 80%, 100% a year by writing options? Yes, you can. All of a sudden you're saying, Bruce, I'm in, man. I'm in. If you can take my $150,000 account and help me make 50,000 a year with this, and add 50 this year, 60 next year, 80 the year after. I mean, in 6, 7, 8, 9 years, there's going to be $500,000 a year. Versus what would it have been? 200, 210? I got double at least, or maybe I got $750,000, or maybe it's more. Hey, I'm interested. Show me the way. Well, Saturday was the way. We talked about this Saturday, class number 15, about how you can leverage up your option writing capacity from just having 100 shares of Apple stock or just having a deep in the money Apple contract. We talked about how to leverage up even more than that. And that's why you should be taking these classes, to understand what the hell is going on. There's so many ways to get into this. We are still, I am still talking to most of you about the absolute basics of how options work. And I fully expect that to be the norm here for the most part. I do have a few viewers, who are really sophisticated in option writing, but they don't last here very long. They get to me, they kind of get to the first year of college with me, and then they bugger off somewhere else because they feel they're way smarter than the rest of the class and they're just too good for it. It's okay. I don't take it personally. My job here is to educate as many of you beginners as humanly possible, because you're the one who are panicking. You're the ones who are realizing, oh my God, am I in trouble financially? You're figuring it out. It slowly, it's for some of you, it takes a long time to get there. And I understand why, because So many of you have been sold a bill of goods by financial advisors, wealth managers. Uh, some of you out there are in your 40s and you've inherited value, you've inherited investments from relatives who've been well-meaning. They left you, they left you some stock or some kind of a portfolio, and they were looking that this will be your nest egg going forward for you and your family, your children. But the funds are sitting with some manager somewhere. Who knows where they are? You don't know who's managing your money personally. You never met the person. You're never going to meet the person. And you're getting 3, 4, 5, 6% returns. And you're supposed to be happy with that because that is your economic future going forward. I have bad news for you. You realize it, that at age 35, 55, 65, whatever the year is, somewhere you realize, oh my God, this money compounding at 4 or 5% isn't going to be enough because inflation today is 6 to 10%, depending on where you live, 15% in Europe. Inflation is more than what I'm getting on my money. My money is losing the inflation fight that it never had to fight before. In your most of your adult lifetimes out there, many of you have never had the inflation battle to worry about. You're in a 1 to 2% inflation world, zero interest rate world, and you're making 4 or 5% on your money, and your advisors are telling you how smart you are and how great you are and how well you're doing, and you believed it. And all of a sudden now you realize just in the last 2 years, you've lost 15% to inflation and you didn't see it happen. And then the market went down and some of your portfolios really backed off. And all of a sudden, 5 years of growth poof, evaporated into thin air. And apparently that's okay because that's what everyone else did. And you're supposed to be happy with that. Really? Are you happy? I don't know why you'd be happy with that. All of a sudden, 80% of fund managers are not making money for their customers. 80%. Only 20% are breaking even or even making money. Guess what they do? Yeah, they write options. Yeah. I can't tell you how many thousands of recommendations YouTube has for those of you who are interested in the options market. You write in stock options in a search bar in YouTube and hit the enter button. Good Lord Almighty, have you seen how many videos are suggested to you that you can watch? How many? If you click on one of those, then look at the side of your page and how many more you're being suggested to look into in options. There are gazillions of videos about stock options and how to get rich and how you're going to do really well with stock options and how they can just make you all kinds of money and da 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 da. And half of them you can't, 80% of them you can't understand a word they're saying. Some you can understand it, but their philosophy is so off the wall, wild, right? I mean, I watch this stuff because I want to know what is it out there you guys are being bombarded with. What are they trying to sell you? What are they trying to tell you? How are they trying to get you to understand how options work? And I'm sitting here going, geez, my job is kind of easy. What I'm telling you here in plain English just gets me all excited. I just look at the competition and go, there is no competition. There's very few channels out there where you can get a straight answer or a straight path to making money in the options market. It's ridiculous, some of the ridiculous stuff that's out there. And some of these returns you're supposed to be happy about. Is it any wonder? I'm looking at guys who I think, I honestly believe that there are some YouTubers out there who've created channels to talk about making you money that are the 2%ers. These are the guys that used to be employees of firms that would charge you 2% for your money tied up forever and would talk you out of getting into that and talk you out of getting into this and talk you out of getting into whatever other ideas you came up with. They would just try to keep your money in-house and keep managing it. These guys are now talking about option strategies that are designed to make you 1% a month on your money. And I'm just going, really? You want me to put my money into the options market and I'm supposed to be happy with a 1% return on my investment? Really? Get out of here, man. I mean, come on. Inflation is almost 1% a month. It's just mind-numbing to me. It's just mind-numbing to me. But again, I'm not surprised. What's my competition? There is no competition. I don't see other channels out there telling you how to, in a step-by-step, easy way, understandable in plain English, do this, do this, do this, do this. Those of you who've taken my classes, you know something that the world does not know, and that is you can take my classes on my website, watch them as many times as you want, and then you get to watch me live Monday to Friday talking about what exactly is in my classes in the real live market itself. I don't know how many channels are out there that are trying to sell you a course on how to be an investor, a better investor, more in tuned investor, blah blah blah, this and that. You don't ever get to talk to the author of those classes. You don't ever get to become a member of their channel and hang out with them every day during live market trading. There's no such thing. These people are too busy trading their own money. They don't have time to help you out during the market. They're trading their own accounts. And so you're able to give them $1,000, $5,000, $10,000. You can go to their seminars, you can online webinars, whatever they're offering. And you never get to talk to them and give them a personal question. You can only leave a question on an FYI thing or something. You hope someone will get back to you. You have no idea who's getting back to you. Here, at least, you can talk to me one-on-one if you want. If you want to have a one-on-one consultation, just you and me, you can hire me for an hour of my time, an hour of your time, anytime afternoon Eastern, Monday to Friday, or Sundays, whenever you like. $400 for an hour. You get to hang out with me for an hour. In 1 hour, you will learn more stuff than you've learned in 6 months watching me live. I know it. My viewers who hire me by the hour, they know it. And your 400 will be well invested. And matter of fact, I'm thinking of raising my prices. I think I have to go to 500 an hour soon. I'm going to have to raise the prices up. It's been a long time. That I'm seeing analysts out there, YouTubers that are asking for $1,000 an hour. They're offering 15-minute phone calls for $500. 15-minute phone call for $500. I'm thinking an hour on air privately at 400 hours, kind of a good deal. Anyway, if you want to have a private session, send me a private email, brucefarmer.hotmail at hotmail.com, and I'll set you up. Anyway, I just am amazed at the misinformation or the lack of information or the utter what's the word? I can't even find the word. I'm so frustrated. How satisfied some of these other YouTubers are to offer you the opportunity that you might make 1% a month on your money. Like, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. What? You can buy IBM stock and get a 5% dividend every year. That's not 1% a month, but geez, it's 0.4% of a month. That's 40% of it right there. You don't have to do anything. Just buy IBM and sit and collect your dividend. There's 5% a year on your money. You write options on IBM in any reasonable way, you can probably make another 1.5%. That's 2% a month right there. I'm sure I can. If I were to really dig into IBM for you on an individual basis, I could probably help you make more than that. But I can't understand how these other channels just feel that, well, take my courses and contact me or have these seminars or these sessions, and it'll cost you thousands and thousands of dollars a year. $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a year to learn how to make 1% on your money. And this is great. This is way to go. And I'm just, no way to go. No, I want to quit my day job, people say to me. Other folks say to me, Bruce, I can't afford to quit my day job. I'm 55. I'm 50 to 60. My wife and I are both working. We've got equity in the house. The kids are gone. They're out of the house now, finally. They're getting kids of their own, and they seem to be all right. Mom and I are trying to grow the retirement account, and we're nowhere near good enough. We gave everything we had to the kids. We gave it all. We helped the kids. And now Grandma and Grandpa are looking at a wall of time that is coming at them. And maybe one or the other is having health issues, or both are having health issues, and they realize either They're working, but for how much longer, we don't know. One can't work now. The other one is. Both can't work now. We're living off of Social Security, and we have this nest egg that we've saved up, and it's worth $200,000, and we're going to drain it in 5 years. Is there something we can do to not drain out in 5 years? Those are the questions I get all the time, because these questions aren't these problems aren't solved by making 1% on your money. That's not going to happen. That's not going to help at all. If you're bringing in $2,000 a month from your investments and your expenses are $8,000 a month, you are draining your life. Your life savings are gone in a short period of time. No, you need much better performance than that, and it has to be understandable so you know how to do it. Yeah, I get those kinds of questions, and we come up with solutions. At least I help come up with solutions with you. That means we come up with solutions to get you to the other side. We do the best we can, because I'll tell you, there's nowhere you can go that I know of. I can't send you to your downtown banker to help them make you enough money to grow this money to a pot that it needs to get to. They don't know what to do. They don't have any ideas. They will send you to the wealth managers. Their wealth managers can't wait to sign you up and take your money, charge you 2% a year on managing it, and give you their 4 or 5% return. And you're supposed to be happy with that. You will drain out your investment. As a matter of fact, unless you have $1 million or more, you're not even going to be referred to the wealth managers. They don't want to talk to you. They don't need to hear your sad story that you've only got $250,000 or $150,000. You've only got 150 grand. I don't want to manage your money for 2%. One, there isn't enough money there to give me any dough out of, and you're going to be a problem child. You're going to call me all the time and want advice. I don't want to hear from you. If you only have 150 grand, I'm only getting $3,000 a year fees, and I only get a third of that. My firm takes the other 2/3. I get $1,000 a year, $20 a week, and you call me every week with questions? No, I don't want to talk to you for $20 a week. Can you blame these guys? These guys are under unbearable pressure from their managers to bring in $10 million a month in additional money to manage. They got to find $10 million more every month to keep their desks. They're not going to talk to you with $250,000. You don't count. You don't matter. From where I come from, $250,000 is some serious dough that needs serious attention, tender loving care, and you can't make mistakes. Because when you have $5 million and you make a mistake and it costs you 50 grand, lessons learned. But when you have 250 grand and you make a $50,000 mistake, that is devastating. And anything more than that is crushing. You can't make mistakes. You have to be on the right side of all of your activities and affairs. That's where we come in. Watching the classes will keep you, I hope, out of danger. If I can help you stop making stupid investment mistakes, that's half the battle right there, if not 3/4 of the battle for many of you. Because I can't tell you how many times my viewers tell me in confidence, yeah, I was doing this and doing that, and then I did this, and I lost 20 grand. And I just shake my head and go, you just gave up 6 months of income or 2 months of income. Or for what? What could you have possibly have made on that trade? There was never a chance for success on these outside, out-of-the-box, stupid investment decisions. I got to keep you away from making stupid mistakes. If I can do that, I can save a lot of you from yourselves. And many of you openly admit it. You come to me right away, say, Bruce, I made horrible investment decisions the last 5 years. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I was totally a novice at this. I got sucked in by a relative, a friend, a coworker, and I bought this and I found that. And now I'm in real trouble. And those of you in your 50s are in real trouble because you don't have another 40 years to save. At age 20, 25, 30, you've got 30 years to save. But at age 50, 60, you have no time to save. It's time to live off of what you got. Look up the classes on my website. Get your butts over there. And if you've got time, hit me up for a one-on-one. And we'll try and take care of you. There's the website right now, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. It's a Canadian-based website. head over there. There are 14 lessons waiting for you right now. Soon to be 15 lessons waiting for you to help make you less poor. Here's my email address, brucenorman@hotmail.com. If you'd like to have a one-on-one session, look me up for that, and we'll try to hook you up for a one-on-one and help you out. We'll go from there. Okay. Do the best I can with what we've got. Thank you, everybody. The Uncle, absolutely great class on Saturday. I'm so glad you all could. Those of you made it. Fantastic. DA. That's a scary situation. My parents are somewhat in that same rut. I'm trying to secure my financials enough to help them. Manager, Uncle Bruce, looks like I'll be able to buy some more SoFi today as one of my shorts coming my way. At least that's what it looks like in the pre-market. Bjorn, number 73, hello from Sweden. Karen is number 62 saying hi. Thank you, everybody, for these thumbs ups already. Appreciate this. I love it. Synthetic option writing, kids. It's not a new thing. Poor man cover call option writing has been around a while. It's just that it is now available on one of these handy little devices, these little things, these smartphones. Have you ever heard of those? These are really something. These are game changers. Smartphones made extinct every stockbroker, almost every stockbroker I've ever known. They made them extinct. I can tell you right now, the world that existed in the investment business when I entered the investment business in 1978, 79 doesn't exist anymore. That world is gone. Unbelievable. I think the last time that that world existed in any shadow of itself would have been in the 2010 region, maybe even then, because even by 2000 the world had so evolved. I remember from 1978 until 2000, the investment business got totally put on its head, totally turned upside down. And the veterans at that time, guys who had been in the business like me from 1979-80, by 2000 with 20 years experience, a handful of those guys were able to ride into the sunset the next 5 years, 10 years and retire pretty well intact. But 5-year rookies, they had to completely change the way they were trained to stay alive in the brokerage business. Boutique brokerage firms almost completely disappeared. Regional brokerage firms disappeared. I mean, it all became part of these large, massive organizations. The financial meltdown in 2007-8 finished off any of the other small regional firms. There's the Edward Jones outfits out there. I guess that's one of the last bastions for some advisor. But boy, if you ever go and talk to these guys at Edward Jones, I've had people who said to me, I went in, I have a relative of mine, an uncle of mine who works at Edward Jones. And I went in there to talk to him about writing options, like you were saying on your channel, Bruce. And he looked at me in horror. What are you thinking of doing? They're not option writers. What they actually are, they're allocators. They bring your money in. They help you bring your money in. They're really good at that. They help find a way to transfer your money into their accounts, into their house, your 401ks and IRAs. They get all that in there, and then they allocate it. They allocate those funds into various risk areas that your tolerance level can handle. Now we're going to take 20% of that money and put it into long-term growth stocks, and then we're going to put 20% of it into international growth, and then we're going to take 20% into money market funding, and we're going to do this and that. It's allocated out. You're going to get updates on your device all the time on how you're doing, and it's going to show you what you have, and you can then click in these funds. It'll show you what's inside the funds that you put your money into, and it'll show you what stocks and assets you now own a part of in these mutual funds, ETFs. That's all they are. They're just pooled capital, and you're getting a pooled capital result after the fees. What they don't tell you is they kind of tell you the fees that they charge, which are part of the admin fees, but they don't tell you the fees that the funds charge. The funds charge a fee before the guy who manages your money charges his fee, and then you get your return. You are getting a fraction of the money, and that's by design. Because how do you think these high-end money market guys, these huge high-end ETF managers, how do you think these guys are able to hire a private jet and fly to the Masters on Wednesday and hang out in the corporate tent with their wives and maybe 4 or 5 or 6 couples of their friends of their deep, close personal friends? Who knows? Might be some serious clients, industry contacts, certainly. Why do you think the folks at the Masters, or the corporate tents at the Masters, are some of the highest corporate entities, period? Any PGA golf tournament, that if you've ever been to a PGA golf tournament in person, have you ever tried to watch golfers on a golf course at a PGA event? You can't get primo seats sort of around the green and stuff. You're watching all those corporate tents. Now, the Masters doesn't have corporate tents all around the greens because it's the Masters. I get it. Maybe in town there are all kinds of corporate parties going on, but on a golf course, like you go to the Phoenix Open, what used to be called the Phoenix Open, now I think it's Waste Management's the garbage pile, the garbage tournament, the garbage can tournament. That's 17. Is it the 16th hole? That's the par 3. They built a stadium. They built a temporary stadium around that par 3 golf hole that people yell and scream at. All corporate tents on the upper end, everywhere. And every other green, all the other greens on the Phoenix Open are all surrounded by corporate tents. Well, who do you think's in there? It's your money manager. Who do you think's in there? They're the richest people, period, that are making the most money. So it's the auditors for these guys. It's their lawyers. It's their bankers. It's their advisors, and it's themselves. Your money, hard at work, allowing them to entertain their key contacts. And how do you think many of them get there? Many of them. How do they get there? Do they fly in on an economy ticket? Oh God, no. No, they come in on their own private jets. They come in at least on a NetJets thing, where they have, a little credit card for 25 or 50 hours of jet time if they roll over all the time. But some of these highfalutin money manager guys are from the Big Apple, and they're coming out to Phoenix for the weekend. They're landing on Friday afternoon. They take Friday off. They land Friday afternoon. And they're there for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And as soon as that tournament is over Sunday at 4 in the afternoon, they're on a jet within 30 minutes heading back to New York. They're home at 8 o'clock Phoenix time, 10 o'clock New York time, Sunday night, to be back in the office Monday morning with that private jet. They were having a nap on the jet on the way back. That's your money hard at work. It's your money giving them the lifestyle that they feel they've earned and deserve. They thank you. Well, they don't. They sort of thank you by saying thank you, but you don't hear it. There you go. That's nothing personal. It's just business. This is not a personal slap against you. It's just that you gave them your money to manage, and they're managing your money. They're really managing your money, and it's good. It's good times. By the way, they don't eat cheeseburgers in those corporate tents. Just in case you're curious, they have lobster and filet mignon and all they have the best of the best of the best. And there are no cash bars inside those corporate tents. No, it's unlimited. Enjoy all you want. When they go into town, where do you think they stay? They staying in a trailer somewhere? No, they're at the Westin, they're at the Four Seasons, they're at the Ritz-Carlton, they're at the same high-end properties that the guys on the golf tour are. If the tour boys are in hotels, a lot of the boys on tour are in their RVs. Nonetheless, yeah, it's good times. It's just a wonderful world. That's just a golf game. I mean, there's the NASCAR racing circuit, horse racing, yachting, art fairs, going to a play in New York. I mean, endless ways to enjoy oneself when you're of an upper level. Yes, it's all good times. Thank you, investors, for making investment bankers really, really wealthy in New York and elsewhere. They very much appreciate it. And if you go to, I think it's Westchester. I can't remember. I can't exactly remember the name of the private airport in New Jersey, where the private jets hang out, where Trump's jet hangs out. There are some really nice private jets over there that are looking after these people 24/7 and their families. Little, even pets travel in first class over there in private jets. It's a wonderful world, and they thank you. They thank you very much. Those of you who are breaking their hopes, dreams, and aspirations by managing your own money yourself, well, I congratulate you. I congratulate all of you out there who have found this channel and have decided to look after your own affairs and manage your own money because you feel you're worth the 2% more and more. And I tell you, kids, if in the next 10 years you can self-manage your own money or longer, I mean, I don't know how long you're going to be doing this, 5, 10, 15, 20 years of self-managing your money, and you are not paying 2% of your wealth out to advisors, compounded. Remember, you take 100,000, trim to 200,000. That's 4,000 a year in fees that you're paying out if you have an advisor and with only a $200,000 account. You have $1 million account, it's 20,000. You have a $2 million account, it's 40,000 a year. If you are self-managing your own millions as we get along here, you're keeping that money for yourself and for your children and for your household and for your estate and for your long-term enjoyment. And maybe you are the one in a few years from time to time taking a private jet ride with your family and your wife to somewhere you want to go. I don't know. It's entirely possible. Welcome to the party, pal. It's not personal. It's business. And we're in the business of trying to help people make money. That's all it is. There's nothing else to it. Look, guys, this market is lower this morning to start the day. We're only off 32 on the Dow. It's nothing serious. We're down 11 on S&P. We're down 83 on NASDAQ. Crude oil is up 15 cents a barrel. We're not going anywhere on crude. It's a great time to be an option writer. It really is. Whether you just want to write options on stock you have, very conservative strategy. Way to go. You can write calls on GameStop, on Apple, on Tesla, whatever. You want to write options on deep in the money call options, another relatively conservative strategy. Way to go. You want to write options on shorter term leaps or shorter deep in the money contracts that are not quite so far out in time, that are a little cheaper to acquire. Increase your leverage, like we talked about in class number 15. Fabulous. Might be something to it there. Might be something there for you to consider. In any event, you've got to make your money work for you. You got to make your money work harder than you can work. And the good news is, any money you happen to have in the market, if you happen to have capital that you can put to work for you, you have to remember the cash you have, assets you have, are able to work for you like you used to be able to work for others when you were 18 to 20 years of age. Back in the day when you were an 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kid, you could work 14 hours a day, party for 4 hours, and get a little bit of sleep, and then go back to work and give her again. And you could do that 5-6 days a week and get one big day in for a sleep in, and then back at it the next day. Here we go again. And you could do that week after week, month after month. No problem at all. Your money is exactly like an 18 to 21-year-old youngster. Your money will work harder for you than you can work for it, but you've got to direct it properly. That's the secret. You've got to direct your money to make you as much of a return as possible and avoid putting it in the wrong part of town. And your mom and dad tried desperately to keep you kids away from the wrong part of town when you were 18, 19, 20, not always successfully, as I'm sure you are going to admit to yourself. But many of you out there adhered to your parents' advice, and you worked for these people over here rather than those people over there selling illicit items. You went down the straight and narrow path. And when you graduated from school, you went to work and worked hard, and you were worth the money you were being paid. Well, When you get older, you're not as strong as you used to be, and you don't recover as easily, and you have a few other things on your plate to deal with, like kids of your own, mortgages, bills, loans, and other thingies. And so your money has to be the one working its butt off on your behalf. And the good news is, look, if you've got 50 grand, 100 grand or more, you could conceivably pretty quickly become self-employed and not have to work for anybody else and just manage your money full time. That's the best part about this story. Those of you with a little bit of cash and some assets on hand, you can get out of a day job if you learn the art of writing contracts. 14 lessons are waiting for you right now to help you get there. 15 is on the way. What can I tell you? It's if you want it, it's available. If you're hoping that there's an easy little trick to learn about getting rich by writing options, I am sad to say, no, certainly not through this channel. And I've checked a bunch of other channels, and there is no easy trick there either. They seem to indicate there is from time to time, but when you watch one of their 25-minute long videos on the quick little idea of making money in the option market, you realize there's 15 things that have to go perfectly correctly for me to make a little more money here. No, this is not what I want to do. You've got to understand the nuances of the option market. You have to understand who you're up against. You have to understand how options work. You have to understand why options do what they do, the way they do what they do. And if you do not make that investment into that business, you are destined to fail without a doubt. But then again, you ought to know that in the business you're already in, whatever it is you do for a living out there, people, you know idiots that are in your trades that screw up their careers time after time after time. And then you know people in your careers who are incredibly successful because they are disciplined and knowledgeable, and they work their tails off on managing their careers properly. You may fall somewhere in the middle. Fair enough. Are we all, LeBron Jameses? No. You can't all be LeBron James, but you can be successful in whatever it is you do if you put the time in to learn what it is you're doing. And in the option writing game, it's exactly the same thing. The secret, though, is I think you can take 14 classes on my website and then hang out with the professor right here Monday to Friday when the markets are open for the first 2 hours of the morning, 1 hour before the opening and 1 hour after the opening. And you're hanging out with the very person that made the classes that you've attended, either live or on recording. And where else can you do that? I do not know other YouTube channels that offer this service. You can become a member of this channel for $10 a month. You can become a member of this channel and enjoy 20 live shows a month. This one right here, 20 of them. And you can talk to me here on the channel bar. After the market opens up, it's for members only, and for $10 a month, you're in there, and that works out to what, 50 cents a show? 50 cents a show for 20 shows is $10. So there you go. For $10, you can ask me questions during the market trading time. Not a bad gig. If you go to this level up here, you become a Gold Bagel member of this channel. You want to become into the penthouse. $25 a month to become a member of this club, but now you're getting 44 items, 44 things you can watch instead of 20. You get the 20 shows right here, this show. You get 20 trade alert shows. That's before this show even goes on. We have one just for Gold Bagel members. And then every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, prime time with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members only. The markets are closed. There's no one else here. Just the Goldies are here with Uncle Bruce, Wednesday, 8 o'clock in the evening, Eastern time, prime time, and you get to hang out with me and ask me anything you want about your option trades or what's going on, and we get into it. We get into it, and that is 44 special items just for Gold Bagel members of this channel for $25 a month, and that's $1.25 a day. 20 days a month approximately of market action. $1.25 today, a day to become a Gold Bagel member so I can help make you rich. I think that's a fair price to pay to learn all about the options business and hang out with yours truly. I think it's a good deal. Wealth managers out there will charge you 2% of your wealth to not talk to them. You can't talk to them. They won't take your phone call. Their assistants will take your phone call. You're not going to talk to them. If you've got $100,000 and you're paying some guy 2% for managing 100,000, that's $2,000 a year. That's $80 a month. No, $160 a month. 20 days a month. That's that. What is that? $8 a day. I don't charge $8. I charge $1.25 a day, and you can talk to me. You can talk to me 5 days a week on the air. Kind of a little better deal, I think. Kind of a little bit of a better deal to talk to you about options and trades that you're actually doing and watching live during the market. You want to talk to a financial advisor during market hours? Get out of here. I mean, unless you got $10 million, I'm not going to take your call. Why would they want to take your call? You don't pay enough in fees, man. The $50 million guy gets the phone call back. He gets answered. He gets through, he or she. Usually it's a he, but sometimes it's a she. They get right through to the advisor. You're not going anywhere because I don't have $50 million viewers here. They don't need me. They are well looked after by others for, I don't know, what's the fees? $1 million a year? It boggles my mind how much money some people pay for services. It's incredible. Anyway, welcome all to the party. I'm glad you're here. Let's get on it. Alberto is saying to blown through the first 30,000 a month, thanks to the one and only Uncle Bruce. Get the classes and some one-on-ones. Rock and roll, everybody. And thank you for being here and hanging out and joining me. Thumbs ups. Thank you. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what happens. Do the best we can with what we got, and let's see if we can make you richer. All right, we're 9 minutes away from opening this market up. Thank you all so much for popping in, saying hi to me. Thank you for the thumbs ups. This is great. Really appreciate it. We're going to go member only chat now, and hey, let's see if we can get you guys, a little richer this week than last week. And that way you can pick up some more of those cheap SPACs that are out there, former SPACs, and average down on those and grab them and say thank you very much, sir. Eventually see you on the other side. It's all right. Let's go. Giddy up, everybody. Thank you all. There we go. We are member only on the chat at the moment, and appreciate you all being through here and hanging out. And again, thanks to those of you who popped in on Saturday for the live class. It was great to have you. And I think that went rather well. There you go. Anyway, there you go. 106 thumbs ups. Thank you, Mr. Premium of the Option, for number 106 thumbs ups. Brad, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. All right, there it is. Guys, here we are. We're still kicking 2 years, 2 months, 2 years and 3 months after I started going live. We're still here on the air with you folks, and it's great to have a bunch of you through here every day who are writing options and getting richer doing it. I say well done, each and every one of you. I heard this morning that Tesla is opening a new factory in Shanghai area, a battery type factory. I have mixed emotions about this myself. By doing that, they're trying to score a larger share of the Chinese market. But by doing that, they're also supporting the communist government of China to keep doing what they do. And don't know if you've noticed these articles that come out from time to time. It's various publications, but I was reading an article over the weekend about a Japanese business person. It was a Japanese, what was it? One of a series of Japanese business people. This guy was more of an analytical guy. He had been in China for something like 6 days at some seminars and a guest speaker and all this stuff. And he took a cab to the airport to, go back to Tokyo. Got out of his taxi, got his baggage, and was about to walk into the terminal when a guy approached him with 3 or 4 pretty large other people around him. Are you Mr. So-and-so? Yes, sir, I am. Oh, please come with me. And they escorted him into a white van, unmarked van, threw his luggage in the back, threw him in there, blindfolded him, handcuffed him, and took him to an interrogation center where they accused him of espionage on behalf of the Chinese government, as if they're going to use these guys to do espionage. And of course, they had him in solitary confinement and they tortured him and all that crap. And then they sentenced him 6 years in a secret trial and didn't let him see anybody. And eventually he got back home 6 years later and described the ordeal and is still bewildered as to what the hell he ever did to be called a spy on behalf of Japan. Apparently, a number of Japanese business people are finding the same treatment, that they disappear. They go to China to do business and they don't come back. And they are all of a sudden tried and convicted of espionage charges, and they don't come home for quite some time. And no one does anything about it. It's quite funny how, to me, this happens. I know that in Canada here, we had two gentlemen that were arrested by Chinese authorities who were convicted, or they were accused of, and I think convicted of, being spies. One was a former diplomat. One was a volunteer for a charitable organization of some kind. They had long resumes of service and everything. I mean, they were, beyond reproach. They were put in solitary confinement, and even Canadian embassy officials were only allowed to see them once a month for an hour. That was it. Their families couldn't see them at all. Not allowed. They had to be eventually traded for a Chinese female lady. Was with that what is it, Huawei? I can't remember the name of this cell phone company that she's the president of, or to be president of, and she was under house arrest in Vancouver with an ankle bracelet in her $2 million house. She was charged by the Americans for a crime of money laundering, and Canada was holding her at the request of the Americans because we have a treaty with America, and China took it out on Canada. The Americans allowed the Canadians to pay the price, anyway, these two Michaels were traded for this gal after she pleaded guilty in absentia. It was unbelievable. There's the courtroom for the rich in America, and then there's the courtroom for everyone else in America. This is one of those, and she got to go home to China, and the two Michaels were released to the Canadian officials. And this goes on all the time, and no one does a damn thing about it. I don't know why Canada bothers selling wheat to China. I don't know why we bother selling them wheat, or oats, soybeans, food. Why do we sell them food? I don't understand. If we didn't sell them food and just held it back, sell to others, and not allow that to be sold to China, they'd have a food problem, partially, and that would create social unrest, and they'd have to tend to their own people rather than be bullying everybody else. But we make it too easy on them. That's my personal opinion. We just make it way too easy for these guys to continue to do what it is they do. I was surprised at the president of Taiwan, who came over to the United States. I'll put it to you this way. The leader of the House, the Congress, McCarthy, he met her at the Reagan Library in California. I think it's where he met her. He didn't meet her in the Capitol. Had Nancy Pelosi still been the Speaker of the House, this female president of Taiwan would have been giving a speech in the Congress, to the Congress, live. That would have been the difference, because Nancy Pelosi has guts. McCarthy is a wimp, and he can't control his own party. And he ended up meeting her in California in a low-key little thing. Unbelievable. Another wimp is DeSantis. DeSantis in Florida, the ultimate wimp. He signed a gun control measure. He allowed open carry of weapons in Florida. He signed the bill in his office behind closed doors. It was not a public ceremony whatsoever. It was a quiet, in his office, locked away from cameras and media. He signed that bill. That is as gutless as it gets. And this moron thinks he wants to become president of the United States of America. I don't know why Americans would want a gutless wimp like that in their office in the White House. I have no idea. This guy is a pansy and would be kicked around by foreign leaders like you cannot believe. I don't understand how Americans tolerate such incompetence, but that's just me being an old man that isn't sponsored by anybody, and I don't have to pay homage to the Republican Party or all of their friends. I can say whatever the hell I want, and I call bunk when I see it, and that is bunk. Unbelievable. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Larry Titus, thanks for ringing the bells. I appreciate you being here. It's great to have you. Kids, you're going to get richer today. I'm sorry. I have to apologize in advance to all of you who are watching me here today. You're going to make money if you are writing options and hanging out with this group on this channel. If you're hanging out here with us, you're going to make money, and you're going to have to live with yourself. You're going to have to tolerate being a winner hanging out on this channel. I'm sorry. I know you want to come here and be a loser. I know you want to be just like all the other YouTube channels. You want me to be just like all the other YouTube channels where we hope to someday get our money back. I know that's why you're here. You're desperately hoping I can find a way to undo all the mistakes that we've been made around the world. But that's not what happens here. On this channel, we have people who make money in the market. They write call options on stock they have, ETFs they have, deep in the money call options they have, synthetic option writing, and they do very nicely. Thank you very much. That's what happens here. I don't know how it works elsewhere. For some reason, there are channels out there that have a lot of viewers. It's amazing. They have a lot of viewers that watch them, but they don't make their viewers any money. Their viewers lose money all the time because they're chasing hot stocks, waiting for the mother of all short squeezes to work out. Something big is going to happen that never happens, and I don't know. I don't know what the appeal is to that. I don't know why people would want to be part of that kind of a channel, but they are. Okay, but around here, it's pretty boring. People thank Larry Titus for ringing the bells. Thank you, Larry. We appreciate it. Here goes Uncle Bruce setting up a hornet's nest again. Nick, at least I'll be able to wipe my tears with all the money I have lying around writing call options. And there you go. See, Nick says it all right there. I cry for my country by using dollar bills to soak up the tears. Thank you all for hanging out and enjoying this channel. If you're a fan of Ron DeSantis, I don't know what's wrong with you. What are you drinking? I don't know. I think Disney is teaching Ron DeSantis a thing or two about don't mess with the mouse. Oh man, is this guy on the wrong side of the Disney trade? Oh geez. I mean, only an idiot would take on the state's #1 employer, Disney, and think he can kick him around. Oh my God, I'm a total moron. I don't know. Did you ever see that picture of DeSantis with the white boots when he went to see that flood problem? There was some kind of a damage. There was damage from a hurricane in Florida. When isn't there damage in a hurricane from a hurricane in Florida? Anyway, he went to one of these disaster zones, and he was wearing like blue jeans and a sweater vest on top of his shirt, and he had on pure white rain boots. Did you ever see those? I thought that was so funny. I think it was Saturday Night Live. They showed that image again of him talking to an official wearing pure white rain boots. I thought, oh man, who dresses this guy? I mean, come on, geez. I don't get it. I don't know. I accept your apology for my profits, Bruce, says White Feather. I thank you for accepting my apology on that. Amy, I think I mentioned before that DeSantis was married at Disney World. He was married at Disney World. He had a lovely ceremony. Oh, it was gorgeous. Oh, it was just the best. Yes. Oh, Ronnie DeSantis. Oh, are we going to have fun with this guy? Man, Trump's going to tear this guy apart, and they'll both go down. I mean, they're both going to run against each other because Trump will likely go as an independent, and DeSantis will try to get the Republican ticket, and then they'll destroy each other, and Biden will just walk down the middle and become elected again. Despite however old Biden is, he's just going to become reelected because he's down the middle, and that's where most of America wants to be, down the middle, please. Keep it down the middle. Dude, watch an interview with him and you'll see how unimpressive he is. He's also shorter than Uncle Bruce. There you go. Oh my gosh, too much fun. Just too much fun. Yeah, well, what can I say? The election season is about to begin. The rest of this year and next year will be a nothing burger for getting things done through the Congress. The Republicans are at each other's throats, and it's just insanity. Alberto, you are something else, man. Thank you, Alberto, for that double donation on the PayPal account there. I appreciate that. I just saw that. Leon Lavala sounds like a dream. Oh, it's going to be nuts. Republicans are tearing themselves into shreds. What's with the Tennessee House of Representatives kicking out 2 of their Democratic members that happen to be African American and not kicking out the white woman who did the same thing as the other 2 guys? They kicked out the black guys. They didn't kick out the white girl. Oh, there's no racism in Tennessee. There's no problems here. Tennessee is just like America, We just do it right here, You gotta love the folks in Tennessee that these politicians. Oh man, Uncle, I'm sorry about the first PayPal. Actually, I got a kick out of it. I thought that was pretty funny. You're the best, man. You are the best. Thank you, Leon. Because of they were being activists in Congress. Leon, instead of politicians. Yeah, that's right. Because all politicians are not activists. None of those. I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene is the epitome of a wonderful congresswoman. She does nothing but what Congress wants her to be doing there. She's really something else. And this other one, this other gal who was a restaurant owner in Texas and loves to carry guns and stuff. Oh, they're America through and through. That I can tell you, the folks in Germany and Switzerland and Sweden and Norway and Austria and UK, they look up to these girls like, oh, I wish our politicians in Europe were like these gals. Oh yeah, they're just great. Laser attacks or something. I don't know what the hell's going on. It is so wacky. It is beyond wacky. It is just beyond wacky. And these people get reelected. It's incredible. They get reelected. I think part of it is it's sort of an anti-government vote is what Americans love to do to a degree. Canada may be the same way. Maybe. We have these anti-government type votes. We want to vote anti-establishment. And so we elect the crazies. Problem is the crazies now are on committees that have everything to do with policy. And it makes it hard for, good policy to be adapted. But hey, if you take care of the psychos, they've got someone to believe in, I suppose. I don't know. I just am, you know what? I'll just concentrate on trying to help you get rich. How about that? Can I just do that for you? Just help you make money. Congratulations, everybody making money here. I'm sorry if you're not having a good time here with me telling you about the mother of all short squeeze stories and, how you're going to get rich with just one trade. Just one trade will make you a multimillionaire. I'm sorry I'm not able to give you those. I'm only able to help and guide you with, option writing and just grinding out all kinds of money into your account and just stacking it up. That's all I can say. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. What did I miss? 119 thumbs up. Thank you for the 119 thumbs ups. Thank you, Christine. Haven't missed a thing. There's nothing new happening here. We're watching the Dow down 112 points. We're down 31 in S&P. We're down 150 on NASDAQ right now. We're noticing that that AI is down 90 cents to 21.94. We noticed the Unity software is down 95 cents to 30.18. Cyxtera is down, we think it's down 1.6 cents right now. GameStop is off 35 cents. SoFi is just off 6 cents. Tesla's down $8, 177.02, 177.02 now. Tesla is off $8 today. And that means there are viewers on this channel who are sitting on option contracts from Tesla who have watched them drop and drop and drop and drop and drop again and again and again. This is the 5th day in a row. This stock is not going anywhere from 209 to 177, and the news comes out more negative than positive, and the stock is giving up some more gas. Interesting stuff. ATIP at 24 cents, down 1/5 of a penny. Apple's down 350 to 161.14. HBQ though going the other way, up 34 cents, 29.63 today. First Republic Bank down 20 cents to 13.83. They suspended dividends on their preferred shares. They're still losing people to other banks, asset managers. The ones I was just telling you about, the ones that take the private jet to the Masters, and will be taking the private jet to the Indianapolis 500 and over to Kentucky for the Kentucky Derby. These folks are walking from First Republic to other banks where they're being told, join us with your $10 billion of assets, your clients' assets, and you get to take the company jet to London and Paris and wherever you want, because that's how we handle things around here. That's how we take care of our good people. Bring those clients and their money with you. Google down 129, Moderna down $2, Cisco down 13 cents, Pfizer's off 12 cents, IBM down 53, Microsoft is down 468. 23andMe is down about 2 cents here. Matterport's off 3.5. Rocket Lab is down 1 penny. SmartRent down 4 cents. Aspire down 9/10 of a penny. Bed Bath Beyond is down 1 penny, almost a penny, 30.1 cents a share on Bed Bath Beyond. Amazon down $2. Home Depot down 33 cents. Netflix is off 5.60 today. Vanik Semiconductors down 131. Adobe down 7.40 today. Goldman is up 18 cents and Boeing is up 83. Just slight gains. Meta Platforms, the old Facebook, down 3.86. Looks like AMC is off 4 cents on the common shares, but up 2 on the preferreds. We got nothing going on AMC. Royal Caribbean down 16 cents to 61.12. Carvana down 26. Robinhood down 9. Target is off 65 cents. JP Morgan down 46. Costco still slumping. Same store sales were lower last month, first time in years. Costco down 238 to 483.60. Walmart down 35 cents. Disney down 37 cents. Nvidia down 199. American Airlines is up 4 cents at 14.05. What we have right now on that marketplace. There you go. There's our opening salvos, as we like to say, our opening markets, our opening quotes. Down 40 on GameStop at $22 even. We've got SoFi down 3 cents. Tesla down $7.93, almost $8 here on Tesla. Apple down $3.55. So we have a negative market to start the deal right now. And thank you, everybody. How's everybody going? How was this weekend with the class? How did you enjoy the class, everybody? Let me know. Was it a good class? Was it a bad class? Did you enjoy it? Did you find it? Did you learn anything new on the class Saturday? Those of you who were in the class, did you learn anything new on that class? Alberto, thank you again for your PayPal donation this morning. I appreciate that very much. I love it when you make money, buddy. I just want to make you rich. Just you and everyone else on this channel. Kind of want to make you guys extremely wealthy, so you are extremely generous with your donations. That's my objective. I don't know about you, how else anyone thinks about it. I don't trade stocks, so it's the only way I make money is I make people money, and then they make me money. So thank you, everybody. Hector, how many of us were taking that class? We had 34 people who had signed up at $150 each to take the class, which again keeps Jennifer and I solvent. Not that we do a class a week, but that was very, very generous. But I think folks got quite a bit out of it. Very few people left the class until the very last second. I think out of 34, there were 31 still watching in the last 5 minutes. This is after 2.5 hours. No one was going anywhere. Yeah, it was pretty entertaining. I think we had a lot of questions come in on the class. It was interesting to watch some of the reactions of people who were saying, "Oh, that question is class number 8. Oh, that question, that's class number 11. You should watch those classes. You obviously haven't watched those classes. You're asking questions of our professor from the classes he's already done." And I really appreciated that. I really did. Christina, $5,100 you hauled in there. That's pretty nice. Amazing class, says Alberta. Yeah, I think it was worth it. I think that for the $150 people paid to attend the class, after 2.5 hours, I think they left with a little more knowledge than that. And so I say it was good value for the money. I would love to have had 100 of you. Would have been nice if out of the 203 people who are here now, if 100 of you would have been in the class, I would have made $15,000. But you didn't show up. You didn't come into the class. And so the other 70 of you who didn't show up are going to have to buy it on the website later this week. That's okay. There are $150 there too. That'd be great. Thank you all. Learning a few things. Amy, class had some great new strategies for the spreads. Poor man covered calls, lots to think about. Yes, that was by design. I didn't want you just to sit there and go, "Oh, that's easy. Oh, that's oh yeah, okay." No, I wanted you thinking all day Saturday, all day Sunday. I wanted you going, "Well, that's a lot to think about there. Geez, that's a lot more than I thought about. I'd never thought of that before." Headline, as of today, 91 Chinese planes and 12 Chinese have been seen over Taiwan. Hector, Bruce, the rest of us will buy them. No problem. There you go. Worth your while. Indeed, I think so. I'm thinking of offering a deal. I'm thinking of offering a deal now that there are going to be 15 classes available on the website. What I'm thinking about doing is dividing the classes into 1/3 segments. So classes 1 to 5, classes 6 to 10, and classes 11 to 15. Third. So I'm kind of thinking of altering the website to have all the classes available one by one by one, like always. So if you want class number 8, you can just buy it. If you want class number 15, just buy it when it's up later this week. But I'm thinking of, for those newbies out there, there's a lot of newbies that come around here from time to time. And any of you out there who are talking to newbies, I'm kind of thinking of offering class 1 to 5. That's $750 worth of classes for like $599.99. Special deal if you buy 5 at a time, because that would allow me to set up segments of the classes in sort of like a semester program, semester 1, or year 1, year 2, year 3, or semester 1, 2, and 3. I'm thinking of that, but I'm thinking of something else, and that would be for viewers of this channel live. Those of you who are here, in the past, we used to do the 4 for 3 deal in back when. I'm kind of thinking of the 5 for 4 deal. So that would be $599.99, any 5 classes you want. I'm thinking of that. So if you are watching me live and you want to get class number 6, 8, 11, 12, and 14, or you want to get class 15 and 4 others, you can bundle them together for $599.99. Make a PayPal donation for that, and send me an email and say, "Bruce, I've just sent you $599.99 US funds. Here are the 5 classes I would like. I'd like this one, this one, this one, and number 15 to round it out as the 5th class." If that appeals to any of you, then let me know. Send me a make a donation to the PayPal donation, which is down there as always, and then send me an email right here and just say, "Bruce, here are the 5 classes I'd like to have. The 5 for 4 deal, I'm interested. $599.99, I'm interested." So anybody want to do that? You send me a donation and send me an email, and I will send you those 5 lessons. Probably by the end of the week, you'll get them all. Certainly number 15 should be ready a couple of days. I know Emily's on it the next couple of days, so it takes her a little while to do the editing because There's a lot to be edited. We had a lot of commentary going on. It was kind of fun. I enjoyed it very much. Again, thank you, everybody. Yep, I will. Rest of us will buy them, no problem, Bruce. Bagel Babe, I'll take that deal right now. I'll take that deal right now. Sounds interesting. I like that deal, says Maria. Mirko, Uncle Bruce is still a retailer, $5.99.99. I love it. That's a bargain. I think that is a bargain. I think that's only fair. Again, if anyone you want to do that, make a PayPal donation. It's a limited time offer. Yeah, what the heck? We're down 70 on the Dow. While Western Alliance Bank is up 8 cents. AI is down 69 cents to 22.15. Unity down 91. Cyxtera at 33.7 cents, down 2 cents. GameStop is down 43 cents to 21.97. SoFi is unchanged, which is good. SoFi is unchanged. It's come back to 5.75. It got down to 5.66, but it's now unchanged on the session. So we've had a recovery on the session. Great. 1.7 million traded, not a lot. Didn't take much to bring it back, did it? Tesla 178.54 down 6.52. That's the story right there. ATIP down 0.2 of a penny. Apple down 4.35 to 160.31. HBQ down 24 cents. First Republic down 17 cents. Google down 2.20. Moderna down $2. Cisco down 31 cents. Pfizer down 12 cents. IBM down 68. Microsoft down 5.71. ME unchanged. Matterport is up 0.5 penny. Rocket Lab up 4.5. They're all green. Smart Rent down 1.5 pennies. Spire down 1.4. Mixed bag right there. Tesla, Amazon down 2.11. Home Depot up 41. Netflix down $4. Vanik Semiconductors down 120. Adobe down 7.90 at 3.70 a share. Goldman Sachs up 155. Boeing up 2.27. Meta down 4.43 at the moment. Royal Caribbean up 47 cents. So there's a little thing there. Okay. Welcome one and all to the program. That's it. Christina, SoFi is green. Giddy up, SoFi. Go up there. One penny right now, 5.76. Go to $20 a share, and people can start writing $2.50 contract premiums. And this channel will be a game changer with that kind of numbers. That would be huge. How rich would you guys be if SoFi went to $20 a share? How rich would you be then? Yes. Lovely stuff. All right. Yay. The great peacemaker, China, by the way, China that wants to be a global peacemaking country, are saying that we're ready to fight following 3 days of exercises around Taiwan. We're ready to fight anytime anybody wants to put up some squad. The great peacemaker that China is. What a wonderful group of people over there in the leadership positions of China. Absolutely fabulous folks. Love these guys. Yeah. In case the Chinese don't understand, that's called sarcasm. In case the Chinese don't know what that means. Sarcasm. Okay, anyway. Welcome one and all to the party and to the show. We're down 65 on the Dow, make it 68. We're down 30 on S&P. We're down 158 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is down 1.3% right now. The S&P is down 0.73, and the Dow's only off 0.2, a fifth of a point. So the Dow is lagging the S&P by about 6 times. So the Dow should be down almost 400 points right now to equal what NASDAQ is doing, down 158, just to give it some perspective. Oil is unchanged, $80.63 right now. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for popping in and saying hi to us. It's great to have you here. Right on, everybody. Okay, there's the email address. You all know about that. There's the PayPal thing there. You all know about that. And here we are with our session. Thank you, everybody, and appreciate you all being here for the show today. We have thumbs ups, by the way, 129, despite my my rant and raving today. Thank you for 129 thumbs ups. Thank you also to all of you rerun watchers. I don't give you guys enough thanks because during the show, there are so many of you, a certain number of you who are watching, off and on live all during the show. But then after the show is over, there are a pile of you folks who cannot be here live, and you'll watch my rerun. Some of you at double speed because you like the sound of my voice. Way up here. And you hit the thumbs up button right away. We have 136 now, by the way. Thank you for these thumbs ups. If you can find that button, guys, nail it. The rerunners give thumbs ups as well. And it's just a friendly reminder to those of you, if you're watching live or you're watching on the rerun, hit the thumbs up button for us. And it doesn't matter when the thumbs up button comes in. It just adds to the street cred of this channel. The YouTube aficionados out there, those experts in, I guess, in the Frisco area where YouTube is headquartered, they know, their computers are very well aware that there are times where this channel, this babbling homeless Canadian, has 205 people watching him, but he's got 140 thumbs ups. Those numbers don't make sense. That's not normal. Normally, someone with 200 people watching him live would have 30 thumbs ups, 40 thumbs ups, but not 140. That's out of proportion to the, because a lot of people in the YouTube world, they get 3 to 5% thumbs ups. That's all they do. They get 1,000 views, they get 50 thumbs ups. This channel is special because it is made up of the finest YouTubers YouTube has, and these folks are loyal to a fault, and I thank you very much every time. I cannot emphasize how much I appreciate the thumbs ups. 145 now, look at that. Just me begging gets me 20 more, and that's phenomenal performance. I thank you all so much for helping out, getting us to these lofty levels when you compare it to how many viewers are actually watching. It's great. Again, thank you, rerun people, putting us over 200 every day. Every single day, we break 200 thumbs ups on the morning show because the rerunners come through for sure with that backup. And I do appreciate it. If you're able to hit the thumbs up button right now, please do, because the sooner they come in, the better, because YouTube does measure how many minutes has he been yapping and how many thumbs ups has he got in those minutes. That's another indicator. And as these come through, the analytics are processing everything going, this guy has such one of the highest satisfaction ratings of a live YouTuber, period. I mean, this guy is more popular than some of the biggest YouTubers who have thousands of viewers but don't get any thumbs ups because they're idiots. Well, there you go. Although I think, some people call me an idiot too. So, I'm not alone. I'm not like out of that club. So it's all right. Thank you, everyone, for all your support. It is very much appreciated. All right. Thank you. Okay. Welcome to the party, pal. We're here to try to get you richer, whether you like it or not. I went for a couple of walks this weekend here in the complex. I did a walk on Friday. Of course, that was Good Friday. And then I did another walk after my class on Saturday to de-stress from all that prep work I had done and the class itself. And then I did a walk yesterday in 92-degree heat to absolutely enjoy the warmth for the first time this year. Really nice heat, seeking shade everywhere I could get, which I had no trouble finding. And I did a lot of thinking this weekend about this channel and what I do and how you are doing and how this channel has evolved and how this show has evolved and how your trading has evolved. And I am so pleased with how you folks are bringing in some cash from this willing group of gamblers out there. I read an article this week and another one last week about option writing, and it was in the Wall Street Journal, how traders, retail traders are gravitating towards the options market for relief and for protection and so on. And I thought, boy, don't I know it? Don't I know all about how viewers are using the option markets to enhance their economic performance. I get that straight in between the eyes with private messages all the time. People letting me know how they've been doing and how it's going for them, and how life-changing this has become for so many of you who are constantly losing money in the market. You would tell me for years you would invest in the market, lose money. You'd invest and lose money. You'd invest, and then you started writing options, and you would be ahead, and then you'd be ahead, and you'd be ahead again, and you couldn't believe it. You couldn't believe how it was working out. Pretty cool stuff. I love messages like this, and of course live comments. When you guys are able to buy back calls for fractions of what you sell them for and rewrite again, man, is this good stuff. We got GameStop down 40 still, $22. AI down 79. Unity is down 82 cents. Cyxtera down 2.7 cents. Tesla down $8, 808 at 176.98. Giving some of you opportunities to buy back calls on Tesla that you may have written at 200, 210, 220. You might be able to buy some of those back and write 180s, 185s, 190s, and buy back cheap contracts and write more expensive contracts. Some cases, some of you are able to buy back calls that are way up here in stock price, in exercise, way out in time, and then write lower exercise much closer in time. A double win. Well done, everybody. The stock is giving some of you that opportunity already at 177. Very good. Apple down 444 at 160 a share. It's backing off. HPQ holding 14-cent gain. Google down 239. Moderna down 265. Cisco down 35. Pfizer down 7. IBM down 60. Microsoft down 650. ME is down a half a penny. Matterport is unchanged. Rocket Lab is actually up 6.5 cents now. SmartRent down just 2 pennies. Spire down 1.4 cents at the moment. Amazon down 188. Home Depot up 45 cents. Netflix down 339. Vanek Vectors SMH symbol down 115 at 251.25. Adobe down 711 at $373. Goldman down 127. Boeing up. Goldman is up 127. Boeing's up 244. Meta is down 496. Facebook to $211. AMC is up 12 cents. The preferreds are up 2 cents. Royal Caribbean is up 48 cents right now, 61.76. Target is down 53 cents. JP Morgan is up 50 cents. Costco down 168. Walmart down $1. Disney down 34 cents. Nvidia down 230. And American Airlines holding an 8-cent gain today in the markets. Welcome all to the party, pal. Nice to have you here. We're down 32 on the Dow. We're down 28 on S&P. Nasdaq still down 153. The growth stocks and FANG stocks are down, where the Dow 30s are not interested in joining the party because they're trading on yield and PE multiple. But what the Dow investors are not yet buying into, it would appear to me, they don't yet seem to believe that the earnings of these Dow 30 companies are in jeopardy for the next year or two. They don't yet get that impression. I do get that impression. I get that front and center. Did you read this morning that Apple computer sales are off 40%? Dell and others, HPs, are off 35%. PC sales are off dramatically. That's a sign right there. That is a little hint of what's to come. A pullback on high-ticket, expensive PCs. Apples are not cheap. Apple MacBook Pros are not cheap computers, and they're off 40% in sales. Hello, there's something not happening there. Tesla is dropping prices on their cars. These are not cheap cars. They're premium cars. They're being cut voluntarily by the company. Pure price drops. China and in the United States, in North America. That's a sign as well. The hottest selling cars in the car business, and they're cutting prices. They're not trying to hurt Ford. Ford has a world of hurt on their own. GM is going to lose billions as they try to get things set up. Tesla's making money, and yet they're cutting prices. As I yap away, the Dow just went green. The Dow is up 1.5 points right now as I am talking it off. What can I say? Here you go. Growth stocks are getting smacked, and SoFi is still going up, says Nick. There you go. SoFi. Unfortunately, 574 is what I see it at right now, down a penny. But yeah, GameStop down 43 to 21.97. There you go, kids. More people are working multiple jobs as Americans battle inflation and layoff anxiety. Boy, you know, these people could make a difference in their lives if they became option writers. If it was possible for them to become option writers, they wouldn't have quite as much. But you know, what can I say? U.S. wholesale inventories rise 0.1% in February. That is not much of a boom at all, is it? That is not keeping up with the kind of growth necessary here to increase earnings. Markets are a bit too high at this point in time. Oil, by the way, down 7 cents to $80.63 right now. That's what I'm seeing. I noticed an article. I don't know if I may have mentioned earlier on this show, but I'm pretty sure I mentioned on the Gold Bagel show this morning. Oil. The Saudis have announced cutbacks on oil production. They're trying to get OPEC to restrict how much oil. Nigeria is increasing production of oil. They're increasing production more than the others are cutting. And this is why another reason why oil can't hold 80. It'll be lucky to hold 70 in the next month. Oil is going into the 60s in not a long period of time from now. Winter is over. The cold season is over, and summer driving hasn't started yet. We're going in for a dip on oil, significant. Should be interesting to watch how that plays out. Good for inflation, though. Gotta say, lower oil prices, lower gas prices, good for inflation, but not good for the Saudis who are trying to rack up the price to $120 a barrel, or the Russians. It's not happening for them. I don't think so. The Dow down 2 points. That's it. We're just down 2 on the Dow. We're down 152 on NASDAQ. It looks like to me NASDAQ is definitely negative, where the Dow is trying to not actually participate. S&P is down 0.61 of a percentage point. It's kind of in the middle, sort of stuck there. Okay. AI, artificial intelligence, C3 AI Inc. Down $1.01 a share to 21.83. Unity down $1.01 as well, 30.12 a share. Cyxtera down 2.9 cents. GameStop down 41 to 21.99. SoFi down 1 penny. Tesla down 7.35. Apple down 4.25. HPQ up 17 cents. Google down 2.45. Moderna down 2.30. Negative on the markets at this point is what we're seeing right now. 151 thumbs ups, everybody. Thank you so very much for 150. We need 49 more to make it to 200 thumbs ups for the morning show. Way to go, everybody. Good stuff. Good stuff. Ken, I got your message there. Rock and roll. Okay. Yes, indeed. Interested in the deal. There's been I made an announcement here for those of you just coming in. If you weren't here 15, 20 minutes ago, here's what's going on. The classes that I have, those classes, my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca, this one right here where I have classes. We're about to add the 15th class that we just had on Saturday. Jen and I are still recovering from that session. There's going to be a sale.
You sound like it was torture.
Oh, it was torture. It was pure hell. Was that pure? Got a deal for you. For those of you who would like to get a deal on my classes, we have a 5 for 4 deal going on.
No.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Not 4 for 5.
Yeah, she's confused. Yes, $599.99 US. You make a donation to that PayPal address going down there at the very bottom of the page, one scrolling across. Make a $599.99 payment, U.S. funds, to that account there. You can choose any 5 classes you want, including number 15, which will be available later this week. So if you want to get your order in now for class number 15 and 4 other classes that you haven't yet watched, then send me an email to Stock Markets. It's not Stock Markets, Bruce. Send me an email here to brucefarmer@hotmail.com. send me an email saying, Bruce, I just made a donation of $599.99 to you. Here's what I'd like. Class number so, and number 15, please. And I will get those out to you this week. Okay, so the deal is on for those of you who would like to take advantage of the 5 for 4 out of 15 there. Grab any 5 you want. How you doing there, Jen? Are you recovering from Saturday's ordeal?
A lot of people have today as a holiday.
True. That is true. It is showing on how many people are here. There's not as many folks hanging around today as normal.
And the Canadian market is closed today.
See, the Canadian market's closed today, and there's another thing right there. Yeah. So there you go. Here's something. Untamed Viking. Just got laid off from my. Just got laid off this week, and I couldn't be happier.
Oh.
I make more listening to Uncle Bruce than I did at my job. Nice going. I hope you got some dough to walk out the door. Beautiful stuff. Hopefully your 401ks are now released to you. You can do them through an IRA now. You can write all kinds of options. Hold on. Sorry, I thought that was the remote.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Way to go on getting laid off. Now you can be here full time. Manager, is anyone writing cash secure puts on Tesla? Larry Titus, good morning. Jen, John Anderson, good morning, Jen. Alberto, AJ, good morning. Alberto made a donation today. Of course, I don't say how much they donate, right?
Yes.
So I don't mention it, but here's what Alberto did today. He made 2 donations.
Did our silly nephew?
Our idiot nephew, here he says here.
Oh, there you go.
Dinner, manicure, pedicure for Auntie Jen. Thanks, Uncle, for all you do. And he sent me this donation. And then Then a few minutes later, this donation shows up right here, which I think was the intent. And he writes a note later saying, "I'm such an idiot. I'm sorry, Uncle Bruce. I kind of blew it. Just in case you, I'm not serious." Spicy number 152, Maria Powell, Auntie Jen, Curly.
Oh,
Spicy
Curly,
Andrew,
Curly.
$5.99. Why not just say $600? Laugh out loud. Because I'm like a gas station. I'm
I
like a
know.
gas station. You don't buy $2 gas. You buy $1.99.99.
You're not alone there. It drives me crazy.
Yeah, it's $5.99.99. Now you want to send me more than $5.99.99 for 5 classes? You are welcome to
You
do
just
so.
like saying 9.
I just like saying 9.
times.
It's Bobby Atkinson. Stink offer. That's right. It's a stink
It's
offer.
a
That's
stink.
right. Amy, good morning, Jen. Thanks for fielding our questions on Saturday.
Good morning.
Maria, Bobby Atkinson, good one. Manager, Uncle Bruce only. Any opinion on Tesla? Any opinion? I've talked about it all morning. Talked about Tesla all morning. BW. So with the U.S. markets closed this past Friday because of Good Friday, are the Canadian markets closed today because it is Sad Monday? Because they didn't win the gold medal in curling and they came second. They won the silver.
Instead of Good Friday.
Hector, Auntie Jen, Canada won silver. Yes, we know.
Yes, we
Someone
did.
was watching every shot.
Oh,
Boy.
yeah. It all goes back to the round robin that he had a 9-3. Scotland had a 10-2. Scotland got the hammer and that killed us.
There you go. This
It was okay against Sweden because we stole in the first and took the hammer away, but you can't do that against Scotland.
Not so simple. Not so simple.
And, if you're going to lose, it's not bad to lose to Scotland.
Well, if you're going to lose,
Scotland!
lose in the gold medal game. Don't lose in the bronze medal game.
Oh, yes.
Don't lose trying to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Don't lose the game that gets you in. Hello, Calgary Flames. 1 point
But
behind the Jets.
there were no pipers last night. They didn't pipe in the trophy.
Oh,
They always pipe in the trophy.
well, for the Briar in Canada, this is the World Champions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah. Well.
That's
Yeah.
I could have found something.
Spicy says, a gas station would say $5.99.99 and 9/10. Oh,
Yes,
there's
and 9
super stink offer. That's what that is. Yes.
I love that 9 cents.
Spicy's laughing out loud. Yes. What can we say?
Well, we're going to have a hot week ahead.
Oh, we're going
Oh,
nice and warm. We're warming up into the 90s now.
It
Finally.
has turned.
It has turned. Finally, the weather has finally warmed up around here. The high today will be 97. Tomorrow, 96. Then we're going into a cool down mode. 88 Wednesday, 82 Thursday, 83 Friday, 87 Saturday, 89 Sunday, 92 next Monday. So there you go. That's where we're at. Now in Calgary, today's high 56, balmy. They'll be golfing today. They'll be golfing today.
It sucks people in. They're like, oh, I should get in my garden. It
sucks them in. It's right. The overnight lows are 27, 28.
Snow.
Frost. You don't do anything with your garden right now. Next week, Sunday, 63. Next week, Monday, Calgary, 65. We'll be at 95, 100. They'll be at 65. How about that? Oh, my. Slow but sure, the turn has happened. The warm weather is kicking in, people.
So how are your volumes today? Are they lower because it's an odd?
Oh yeah, it's a quiet one.
Yeah.
It's a quiet one. I've been begging for thumbs ups today because I have to really help that number. We're at 156 on the thumbs up meter. I've been pleading with people to help out, and knowing that the rerunners will put us over 200. Here's a thumbs up right there. Look at that. Where is it? Is it there? Where is it? It's a delay. It's a time delay. Here it comes. Yeah, you can see it now. There it is. Oh, there's a thumbs up right there. Yeah, there you go. Anyway. We see the image live. We also see the image on the YouTube image, which is delayed. So I tell you, Jen can't give you any more of a stronger signal than that to give us the thumbs ups. I mean, she's putting her thumbs on the line here, people. Come on, Rugman. Help.
I'm going to go have a cup of coffee. That's right. Can't stop this.
Can't stop this. Go make it happen, Jen. Make it happen indeed.
Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful, almost holiday Monday.
Yeah.
Sort of. But did you tell them why the markets are open today?
No.
Because they can't be closed 4 days in a row.
Well, banks can't be closed.
And the market doesn't close 4 days.
I don't know about that, but okay. Okay, fair enough. We're open and we're in business. And there you go. Welcome all to the party, pal. Bobby Atkinson, they are calling for 25 Celsius in Toronto this week. Summer type weather. It doesn't sound like Bruce will be on the show on Wednesday. He and Jen are going to burst into flames. Hector, Uncle Bruce, who cares if the furnace works? Larry Titus, thumbs ups, buddy. And Larry, fist pump. You got it, buddy. Yes, the good news is the furnace has worked wonderfully up until 3 days ago when it wasn't needed anymore. As a matter of fact, last night, for the first time since we've been here, from last year, December 1 to now, last evening, we turned on the air conditioner. I had to turn on the air conditioner because it was 78 in the house. And even with the fan going in the bedroom, it was too warm. It was just too warm. So had to turn on the air conditioner to bring it down. First time in the entire stay. So the turn has happened. That heat, the sun's angle now is so straight up, way up there, that you walk outside and it's 70 degrees out. That sun makes it feel like it's 90. It is something else. I'm loving it. I walk outside this condo, and the little sidewalk we have from our front door to our driveway, we have little sprinklers that kick on here automatically. It's all controlled by the golf course property. I don't have to do anything. And wherever there's shade, after the sprinkler shut off, wherever there's shade, the pavement, the pavers are wet. The little concrete slabs are wet. Wherever there isn't shade, there's no water puddling on anywhere. And usually the sprinklers are hand adjusted all the time, every week by the staff here, so that the water only sprays the lawn or the hedges or the flowers. But sometimes a little bit of wind will kick it in, and we'll spray. The spray will hit the sidewalk or the driveway, just a part of it. And wherever there's a shade cast from a palm tree or anything like that, it takes longer for the water to evaporate in shade than in direct sunlight. And you can sure tell walking along the street, going for a walk, you're coming into a shady portion of the roadway, and part of it is wet, part of it is dry. You can tell the sun is just eating it up. It's just frying off the water. It's amazing. Anyway, there you go. 161 thumbs ups and counting. Thank you, everybody. 39 to go. You guys are awesome. We are just about there for 200 thumbs ups. We're so close. I can taste it. I thank you all very, very much. There you go. Giddy up. All right. So much fun. Down 6.4 on the Dow now. 23-point loss on NASDAQ. On S&P, I mean. NASDAQ down 128. The Dow now down 11. We just jumped again. Oil up 2 cents this morning. That's what we have going on right now. Thank you all for being here today, hanging out with us, being part of the telecast, and enjoying the money that you're being made, enjoying the depreciation that options are giving you as your beautiful premium written calls are coming your way. You're going to love it. Fantastic. It's absolutely fabulous. Nice going. Fabulous stuff. Let's see what this is right here. Seeing an article here. The credit crunch has begun, they say. Credit crunch has begun. Banks have pulled back lending to corporations, the biggest pullback on record in the last 2 weeks. Very interesting. And banks are trying to get liquid. They're trying to build liquidity for their deposits being withdrawn. Interesting stuff. There's talk, more and more talk here in the financial business about how banks are sitting on bonds that are not as liquid as people thought they would be. And so there are issues there about liquidity, and it's being evidenced by how banks have pulled back, they've pulled back where they're not as willing to lend capital to corporate borrowers. The biggest pullback in 2 years so far. It's quite stunning. This is under the radar. You don't see this in our daily life. We don't notice it unless you're in finance departments of corporations. And so this is one of those silent killers of economies when companies cannot borrow money for whatever they need it for. That slows up capital being shifted into other areas of the economy, which eventually drips back to the banks as deposits. So lending company number one, $500 million to allow it to spend $500 million over the next year to develop whatever business they're developing. That money goes into the economy, which also allows other companies to grow and flourish and expand. These dollars turn into larger dollars, and some of these dollars come into banks as deposits. The banks are cutting off their nose to spite their face. They are now trying to have cash handy for depositors now who need to withdraw cash because of a slowing economy and a tightening money market. This is the reversal of quantitative easing. It's quantitative tightening. And when banks are not lending, this is not good for the economy. You cannot grow an economy when banks don't lend. It's what spurs business. Bankers love lending to businesses when they feel they have no problem paying them back. That's when they love to lend, borrow it out, lend it out. Companies can't borrow when the banker feels that their business is suspect to a slowdown. Banks cut back immediately. They just shut the door now. They don't ask questions first. They stop lending and then they ask questions later. It's bad news. And this is what's going on in the US right now that is going to permeate through the markets and will eventually become evident to investors when they begin to notice many corporations going nowhere near their estimates in earnings. They're going to fall short of lowered estimates. The other thing you're going to get first, probably, will be revised lowered estimates of earnings. That will be the next game that's going to be played now. You have the game called the layoff game. We're letting people go. We're letting 5,000 people go. We're letting 5% of our staff go, whatever the number was. That game has been played out. The next game you're going to get now from corporate America, corporate Canada, and others, we are not going to meet our numbers for the second or third or fourth quarter. They're going to come out with new estimates. So they'll come out with like, our sales are going to be so much and our net profit will be such and such. And when analysts compare that to the last time the company made a prediction, they're going to go, these guys have reduced their expectations by 5% across the board, or 8% or 15% or whatever the number is. That's the next game we're going to get. Then we're going to get the results of the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, where they meet or exceed lowered expectations. But that won't save the market, because the PE multiple of these outfits will be so much higher than they are now. The market is going to go, no way am I paying a $45 PE multiple for Apple. There's no way I'm going to do that. Not a chance in hell. I'll dump the Apple stock if it's trading at that kind of multiple. I'll buy something else. Or I won't even buy stock in companies. I'll buy the bonds that are yielding 6, 7, 8%. Or I'll buy treasuries for 5. I'll go somewhere else. I'll even stay in cash for a while until these markets correct. There's that. Now, option writers, of course, just get richer. Option writers write options on falling stock all the time. Stock drops, they buy back their cheap calls that they wrote for high premiums, lock in a nice little gain, and then they write lower strike price calls further, 2, 3 months, 4 months down the road. They bring in more cash into their account. They buy more deep in the money calls, write even more contracts, and leverage up yet again and just get richer and richer and richer. And that's how it's done. That's why you take the classes. BW, banks pulling back on lending. Where did we hear that before? 08, 10 to 10. However, when the government gave them the money, they didn't give out the loans. They invested it for their own greed. It never solved the 08 problems. That's right. They gave themselves beautiful cash bonuses, and they did stock buybacks. Lorraine, Easter Monday, they are flying kites. They are flying kites out there on Easter Monday. They're having a great time on Easter Monday. This is kind of a half holiday day, and that is why it is so quiet out there. That's what's going on. 166 thumbs ups despite the fact that it's holiday Monday. Thank you all for helping out with this show today and this channel, being able to hit that thumbs up button for me on a holiday Monday, kind of sort of like holiday Monday. Appreciate it very, very much. There you go, kids. There's the story coming up to the 2-hour mark of this show today. Thank you again, all of you who were here on Saturday for lesson number 15. Those of you who want to get a deal on options, we have a sale going on options. You can take advantage of the buy five classes for the price of 4 for $599.99 US funds. Buy 5 classes for the price. This is pretty cool. Yes. Thank you all so very much for helping out and coming across to do that. If you'd like to take advantage of the buy 5 for 4, here it is right now. Buy 5 classes, the price of 4 for $5.99 US. Make a donation to the PayPal account whenever you like, and send me a private email with the 5 classes you'd like, including if you'd like class 15 as one of the 5, let me know. And pick 4 others of the 14 already out there, and I will get you all 5 classes before the week is out. And you got yourself 5 for the price of 4. There's a deal right there. Instead of spending $750, go in there at $599.99. Stake offer that deal and enjoy. Thank you all so much for your support of this channel. It is much, much appreciated. All right. There you go. It's always next generation's problem to fix this, Bobby. A BW, zero volume occurring on GameStop contracts today, at least any of the ones I'm trying to roll. July 20. Guess it's another armed holding day with stinkers deployed. There you go. Keep your eye on that market, and you never know when it happens. We're at 2210 on GameStop, down 30 cents, with the Dow off 42 points, S&P down 28, the NASDAQ down 141 at the moment. Light volume, down day, and we're down 30 on GameStop. SoFi is unchanged. Tesla down 742 today. The Tesla shares could well reach 160 without any question. Not maybe today, but certainly this week is possible, depending on the news coming out on Tesla, which will make your calls that you have very much more affordable. Some of you out there, you might want to take advantage, even on a day like today, to buy back your out-of-the-money calls that you wrote a while ago that have really backed off for you, especially if you did rollovers, and now write shorter-term calls, less time, closer into the market, and take a fatter premium if you can, or just as much premium as you have now. This is not a bad idea. Getting closer to the strike is probably the good idea, because dollar for dollar drops here are going to come your way. Congratulations, all of you out there who are making money on this in this market, writing options. It's being handed to you by these gamblers, and I congratulate those of you who are taking advantage of it by all means. 170 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for 170. We have 30 left to get. Thank you, rerunners, rerun watchers. I know you're going to put me over 200. You always do. I thank you very much for your support of this YouTube channel. Thank you all very much. I'm going to call it a show, call it a day. Thank you all. Those of you who are watching me on Traveling with Bruce later tonight, I'll be on tonight at 7 and 8 o'clock Eastern time for those two shows. Sponsor member show at 7, open show, the big show at 8 o'clock. Everyone's welcome to join me for the big show on TWB, Traveling with Bruce. In the meantime, everybody, we'll see you tomorrow right here as you synthetic option writers keep getting richer and richer, just like we talked about in class number 15. Congratulations, all of you, and job well done, and going on it. Thank you. 170 thumbs up from RoboBlast. Thank you very much. And giddy up. Are you following what rebates are available for the Tesla cars now with reduced costs? Are they going away? I notice they're coming down. That much I do see. Bama Babe is saying, neat, neat, neat. John Anderson, thank you, everybody, for being here. Let's do a knee attack as we head our way out the door. Thank you all for joining in and having fun with us and popping up those knee emojis. The Knights of Knee must be obeyed. Thank you all so much for helping out. 173 thumbs ups now. Here they come. 27 to go. Neat, 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 neat. Larry Titus is in on it. So is John Anderson. Neat, 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 neat. Can't stop the knee emoji attack. It's going to happen one way or the other. There it is. No ending of the, no stopping the knee emojis. Untamed Viking. Neat, 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 neat. Congratulations, those of you who are getting laid off and are becoming full-time employees of this channel now, just writing options full-time and not going back to work. Well done, everybody. Hopefully some of you got big, fat, gigantic severance checks, and you can now write a whole bunch more options. Hector, thank you, Hector Salamanca, for the knee emoji attack. Welcome to the party, pal. 173 thumbs ups. Neat, 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 neat. Thank you, everyone, so much for the thumbs up meters. Keep them coming in. Howdy, partner. Neat, 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 neat. There they are. They're all there. No stopping the knee emoji attacks and the thumbs up attack. 175 thumbs ups, 25 left to go, and we got 200. Thank you all very, very much. All right, kids, there it is. That's our day today. Thank you, one and all, for becoming part of the party on your kind of unofficial holiday Monday. Some of you are not actually here. It's all good. We'll be here tomorrow, and we'll be all hands on deck, I'm sure. And let's get going, and let's make you guys a lot richer this week than last week. How about that? I like it. SoFi's up 2 cents. You got to love that. SoFi is up to giddy up. everybody. We love this. GameStop is just down 19 cents. Tesla is off 702, and Apple down 438. All right, guys, I'll see you later tonight on Traveling with Bruce, and we'll be right here tomorrow morning for Gold Bagel members at 8 o'clock Eastern, and the rest of you at 8:30 Eastern. Come on by and say hi, join us, and let's make some dough. Okay, everybody? We'll talk to you later. Bye for now from Palm Desert, California.